welcome everybody to gather in.
Oh, well.
You can come closer too. You can fill in these areas. You don't need to stand in the periphery. Thank you. Thank you. And to all of Sky's friends and peers, you can come closer. You can sit down on the floor. You can make your bodies comfortable in the way that they need to be. These things I know, how the living go on living, and how the dead go on living with them. So that in a forest, even a dead tree casts a shadow, and the leaves fall one by one, and the branches break in the wind, and the bark peels off slowly, and the trunk cracks, and the rain seeps through the cracks, and the trunk falls to the ground, and the moss covers it. And in the spring, the rabbits find it, and they build their nest inside the dead tree, so that nothing is wasted in nature or in love. I want to welcome everybody. I'm Rabbi Johanna Kinberg. We gather today in love, in grief, in community. We gather today to honor Sky, a beloved child, sibling, grandchild, cousin, friend, an artist, and a bright star, a bright light. Sky chose their name, chose how to move through the world with creativity, courage, and expression. And today we reflect that back to say, we saw you, we see you, we carry you. In Jewish tradition, we say that a person lives on in our memories that we hold, in the stories we tell, in the way we are changed by loving them. May this time be one of presence, memory, and deep honoring. The opening reading, I want to invite Walker Mitchell-Schill, Sky's cousin, to come forward.
Well, thank you all for being here. I'm going to try my best to get through this. Thought I was doing better today. And I have a poem that I found. And I couldn't find a single one to capture everything I wanted to say today. Sky was a beautiful person, and I was told not to do a eulogy, so I'm going to read this poem. Death is nothing at all. It does not count. I've only slipped away into the next room. Nothing has happened. Everything remains exactly as it was. I am I, and you are you. And the old life that we lived so fondly together is untouched, unchanged. Whatever we were to each other, that we are still. Call me by the old familiar name. Speak of me in the easy way which you always used. Put no difference into your tone. Wear no forced air of solemn or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes that we enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me, pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word that it always was. Let it be spoken without an effort, without the ghost of a shadow upon it. Life means all that it ever meant. It's the same as it ever was. There's an unbroken continuity. Why should I be out of mind because I'm out of sight? I am but waiting for you, for an interval, somewhere very near, just round the corner. All is well. One brief moment, and all will be as it was before when we meet again. That's all I have. Thank you so much for being here.
At the core of the Jewish funeral service is the hesped, the eulogies, the words that loved ones, friends, family come to share and to extol the unique beauty, the unique wisdom of a precious soul lost. And so we're going to be inviting various members of Sky's family and life to give eulogies. And we're going to begin together today with Scott Schill, Sky's grandpa. Stan, I'm sorry. Stan, there is a Scott.
I'll answer that.
Go ahead.
Mia. Yes, Mia. I in no way am forgetting about the special accomplishments that Sky has made and added to this community. But as a grandfather, I want to share some thoughts about you. Mia was born on February 1st, and she joined a group of women in my life. First, her friend Shill, my wife, on February 6th. Then one of my daughters, Stacy, born on February 4th. And then Shelby, her mother, who was born on February 10th. Yes. So many important people that were born in February. We even have some additionals that aren't women, but all the important women in my life were born in February. And I think that's a pretty amazing statement that she even knew then to join that elite group. But as I said, I'd like to share some thoughts with you about Mia. Mia was always precocious. Whenever they came over to the house, they wanted to play a game called Apples to Apples. And Apples to Apples is really kind of a quiet game. The leader calls out a noun, and then you pick your objective or adjective, and you lay it down, and then the judge figures out who gets the green card, the coveted green card. But not under Mia's watch. That's why it happened that way. You chose your card, but then you had to defend your card to the judge. And no, it didn't end there. You also not only had to defend it, but you could politic for it. You could do acting for it. Anything to get, as I say, that coveted green card. Mia was also driven to succeed. We took a trip to Joshua Tree National Park in Southern California. And Mia wanted to get a badge, a ranger badge. As you go through the park, you find different things, you see different things, and you basically earn your badge. You know? Mia did exactly that. She everything, did everything right. But at the end, she was inconsolable because the ranger was not in his booth. No ranger, no badge. So she really missed out and she really cared. He was also thoughtful. We went to the Puyallup Fair and we gave her amount of money to do anything she wanted with. She proceeded to carefully look at everything at the fair, each time finding that it never met exactly her standards. By the end of when we were leaving, she still had not invested her money. We thought that she would make a quick decision at the end and take something and take it with her, but no. She left money in hand because she could not find the right item. So she was very specific as to what she did. Neil also liked playing in the pool. And after learning how, visiting us in Southern California at Palm Desert a few times, she got pretty proficient at it. But her real joy was to drown her pups. She would proceed to take off my cap, dip it in the water, spill it over my head, and if you believe me, she never stopped until I finally got out of the water. Mia also loved to be on our boat, and one of her favorite days was 4th of July. We would take the dinghy out and we'd cruise around, watch people jumping off their masts on long ropes, squirting water at us, which of course we returned at the same time. But the big event, of course, was the fireworks. Fireworks were shot off after 10 o'clock at night, and we were on a boat, so we were very close to the barge where the fireworks were blown up. Well, Mia basically, too loud for her. She couldn't handle it. So she had to go below decks where it got a little bit softer. But that was something that, anyway, I'm missing a little bit. But I'll push on here. She was also specific, and she wanted a specific gift one year. And the gift was anime sheets. Specifically, she wanted the black and white ones that depicted cartoon type characters. I took on the job of trying to find those sheets, and it was not an easy task. However, I did find them, ordered them online, and of course, what did they do? They didn't deliver on time. I gave her a catalog showing her what she was getting. She was thrilled because she was just expecting sheets, but I had found the complete set, including comforters. Once they finally arrived, they went on her bed, and I'm not sure they were ever taken off. All I can say is Mia Sky was more than my grandfather. She was a very special person. Always had me on my heart. And you.
We next want to invite grandmother Rhea.
Oh, Sky. For me, first and foremost, you always were Mia, but you also were Sky. You came to us on a cold day in February and you brought with you so much love. A warm little bundle, beautiful and happy, and it was such a gift. I remember you were still very bright. You started to read when you were only 3 years old. You were curious, full of questions, and you let us know when you weren't satisfied with the answers. You wouldn't just take it. You let everybody know that's not good enough for me. You liked people. You liked pleasing people. I think sometimes people often may have disappointed you, but you tried very hard to find a good fit, and it was difficult for you sometimes to share yourself. And you seemed unable sometimes to accept what we had to offer you. Um, I lived on the East Coast down south. You lived on the West Coast up north. And as a grandma, the proximity was such that I didn't get as close to you as sometimes I might have wanted. But we had some really great times, and I remember one time down in Florida, we went to the Lion Country Safari. I have a penchant for giraffes. We went to Lion Country Safari. They had beautiful giraffes. They're beautifully painted, and you and I, we picked one out. And we're thinking for a name for it. And she said, oh, maybe we could call it Mia. And I said, oh, fine. And promptly forgot about it. And then I thought about it. And when I spoke to Mia on the phone, I said, hey, I found a name for the giraffe. And I'm going to call it Bianca. So she says, but Grandma, you said you were going to call it for me. And I said real quick, of course. Mia's her first name. And forevermore, that giraffe was Mia Bianca. You loved performing. Early on, you began to develop a feeling for music. Even young, very young, you take your little ukulele, march yourself down to the junction, and play for the folks, all on your own. And you often earn quite a bit of money doing it too. Though it wasn't just, it was kind of lucrative sometimes. As you grew, so did your talent, your passion for theater. You had so much promise, and you found acceptance and appreciation in sharing your talent and your music. Your audiences responded to you with warmth, with joy, and one day, alone by yourself, you wandered into a faraway place and found that you were there to stay. We don't understand it. How can we understand the unthinkable? We miss you so much. Maybe we can find some small measure of comfort in feeling that where you are now, you're embraced by those who went before you. They too value and cherish you. Your grandpa Ski, for whom you're named, your beloved Jojo, your much loved grandfriend, they will shelter and keep you safe. And Sky, your song will continue to be sung. Your song, your way, your music. It will endure and continue to bring joy. Your poems will be read, and they'll continue to enlighten and inspire because of the outpouring of love for you and for your music. We here feel an emptiness without you. We always will love you, but because for us, there will be no more. We keep the memories of you in our hearts. This promise is part of your legacy. And because for those of us who care and share and remember, and for whom there will be no more, this legacy someday, some way, somehow will be enough, and will think of you forever.
his father.
Thank you all for coming today. Seeing the outpouring of love and support for Sky and for our family has been a beautiful thing in a horrible tragedy. It makes me happy to know Sky was loved so much. I want today to be a celebration of Sky's life as much as a mourning over their passing. For 10 years, 2 months and 10 days, 19 years, 2 months and 10 days. Teared up a little bit, can't read it so well. For 19 years, 2 months and 10 days, Sky was a shooting star. Bright, brilliant, and beautiful. They lit up the world with their smile and their talent and their creative genius, and you couldn't take your eyes off them. They were simply stunning. It is said that the light that burns twice as bright only burns half as long. The fact that we didn't even get a quarter of a typical lifetime with Sky shows just how bright they burned. Of course, nothing about Sky was typical. From the moment they were born, they were extraordinary. Even in the first few minutes, they were watching the world intensely, taking everything in. They were talking at 1, they were reading by 3, and once they started reading, they never stopped. They were frequently reading a dozen books at the same time, often starting in random places and reading them non-linearly. And they would complete all of them before I could have finished just one. We gave them a name that started with M, in honor of my father. For those of you here who knew both of them, in many obvious ways, they could not have been more different. But what they shared was high intelligence and an insatiable curiosity that kept them always learning. When Sky felt that the name that we gave them didn't fit them any longer, they decided to go by Sky, inadvertently still being named after him, as his lifelong nickname was Ski. One other thing that Sky shared with him was their total lack of pretense. They were always thoroughly genuine. As one of my friends recently wrote, Sky lived their life with greater authenticity than most will ever achieve. I struggled with what to say today, not because I couldn't think of incredible things to talk about, more because most of you already know a lot of those things. I think the one thing that I can bring is the perspective of what it was like to be Sky's father. Sky's and my relationship was at times complicated. We processed this world very differently. It was just too much diversity in our neuros. I think like an engineer and a planner, Sky was an artist. We often misunderstood the other's motivations or perspectives. We frustrated one another. Try as we might, we struggled to have the easy connection that I believe both of us really wanted. Alongside their enormous talents and their abilities, their ADHD, autism, and executive function struggles made the things that most take for granted every day difficult for Sky. Organization, reading social cues, emotion regulation, time management. I still don't understand how they struggle to not spend an hour in the shower. Being Sky's father was a challenge. It was also one of the great privileges and honors in my life. I feel blessed to have had Sky in our lives for as long as we did, and I am grateful for the time that we had. Fathering Sky was like how they used to sell the Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love. And love it I did. We had so much fun together. I see that incredible smile light up the room as we laughed the evening away playing ransom notes or some other family game. All this past week long, I've been wearing funny t-shirts that Sky bought me for every birthday or Father's Day, with slogans like hot dogs or sandwiches. And hold on while I overthink this. When all is said and done, I think my favorite was the one with a Venn diagram that shows that the overlap between things that are dad and things that are jokes is where magic happens. Sky frequently groaned at my dad jokes, but I kept them coming because every so often there was a nugget which made them laugh, and to me that laugh was worth the dozen eye rolls that came before it. I, like everyone, couldn't get enough of the creative and talented giant that was Sky. If you can take going to their YouTube channel just enough light, you'll experience their genius. Songs like I Hate the Internet and Empty Space show how brilliant they could be. Their raw emotions in a refined composition, an open and painfully honest expression that hurts. Lyrics which question how much we'll miss them when they're gone are particularly unlistenable right now. Sadly, so much of what they wrote has a tone of anguish and pain. They sound like cries for help. Over time, we came to learn that they wrote the songs about dark things so they wouldn't do them. The songs were a form of therapy. But the only thing that makes it tolerable to listen to them now is that we have reason to believe that Sky's death may not have been intentional. Sky's emotions were always close to the surface. Those emotions crashed like tsunamis of highs and lows. Sky experienced more passion in their life than others will, despite having had so much less time. Shelby and I spent the last 19 plus years trying to make their life as comfortable as possible, trying to find ways for them to fit in while still being themselves, trying to take away their pain. Sky rarely wanted help. This was true from a young age. At age 1, they only showed us that they were working on their ABCs when they could do them all. At age 3, we discovered that they could read when they showed us that they could read full sentences already. While that penchant for self-sufficiency could make a parent proud at times, it also led to great anguish, as Sky felt despair and angst and wanted to make it better on their own and just couldn't. No one could. They wanted to solve it using that beautiful creative mind that they had. We worked tirelessly to give Sky every chance to fit in a neurotypical world. But what we couldn't give them was a fair chance. That was an expression that Sky used frequently. It's not fair. No, Sky, it really wasn't. We wanted nothing more than to make Sky's life better, and it seemed like whatever we did couldn't get us to where we wanted to be. Performing is the one place where Sky was always carefree. If all the world really were a stage, what a happy life they would have led. While I have a penchant for making probably too many things teachable moments, in the end, I learned a great deal from Sky. They saw the world so differently than I did, and they approached life in ways that sometimes would never have occurred to me. Despite their struggles, they were also living their life to maximize it on a path that was not readily apparent to me. Sky taught me that many of the choices I made were society expected, were limitations of my own personal or society's collective imagination. Sky was passion exemplified. And as passionate as Sky was about performing and writing, I was that passionate about Sky. What I wouldn't give for one more frustrated argument, to find one more thing we could try to attempt to make things better for them, to hug Sky one more time. As sad and frustrated and angry as we could sometimes get, it is the high points that I'll remember first. Family moments when things were light and fun. The times when Sky was on stage and was simple, unadulterated joy personified. I feel so blessed to have had something in my life that makes saying goodbye so hard. I've got a hole in my heart as big as the sky that I know will never fill. When I look up at the white clouds against the beautiful blue backdrop, I will think of our sky. In the end, Sky, the answer to your question is, now that you're gone, you are missed completely, totally, and with all of our heart and soul. But love bug, in my mind, that was really never in question.
We're also blessed today to have Ryan, Sky's brother, speak with us.
That's a lot of people. I don't know how I'm gonna top that, but I'll try. Being a brother to Sky was a privilege that I unfortunately took for granted. While we did have great connection with each other, I always blew out their acts of connection with me. Whenever they came home, one of the first things they would always say was, "Hey, it's this video I really want to show you." And I always responded with the same question: how long is it? And in the end, most of the time, they went back to school without me ever seeing what they were so excited to show me. If I could replay all those moments again differently, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'll try to keep this eulogy short, but no promises. So instead, I'll say Sky's favorite catchphrase. This will take just a sec. The definition of that can mean anywhere from 5 minutes to a half hour. Being back home now for the past week, I've realized all the little things that Sky would do that annoyed me like hell then, but I'd give anything to see happening. From leaving the piano on for hours at a time unused, and when asked to turn it off, getting the same response of, "I'm gonna play it later," to hearing them singing songs so loudly they'd cut through my noise-canceling headphones. Well, it is nice to have internet speeds that are now 10 times faster. I would trade all the internet in the world to have them back. Trust me, to Sky that would have meant a lot. One of my favorite things we did as a family was we played board games together. You could always tell who was having the most fun of all of us. No? It was Sky. Each time, I always thought to myself, never heard someone laugh that hard before. But each time, they always proved me wrong. Of course, as everyone knows, the place where Sky was happiest was up on a stage. Whether it was singing for choir, or for a cappella, playing the piano at a recital, performing during a play. Sky was always right in their element on stage, and man, were they good at all four. Just a week before their passing, my parents and I had a video call with Sky, and they showed us their final performance, an absolutely hysterical 15-minute play put together by them and a group of friends in only 24 hours. Instead of just sending us the video, They wanted to stay on the call just to see our reactions. However, one thing I'll know I'll ever be able to forgive myself for is my lack of attention that I gave them. While they were up there, giving their 100%, I was in the audience, giving them only 50% of my attention. Out of everything, that's the thing I'll regret the most, along with not repeating the words, "I love you" enough. I'm just eternally grateful that my last words I ever said to Sky were, "I love you." Sorry. I don't know if I'll ever meet a more loving, caring, sweet individual in my life, but all I can say is it was an honor not just to know Sky, but to be in Sky's life every day. I'll miss you, and I want my last words again to be, "I love you."
And next we have Shelby.
Everyone, I want to say thank you all for being here. Because Len said we're really blown away by everyone coming. Oh, hi. Can you hear me now? Everyone coming from near and far, from every stage of life. It's very touching. We're really honored. Today is a celebration of life, albeit a short one. I know as Sky's mom, you expect me to make you cry. Well, we've all had enough of that. So I'm going to share some nuggets about Sky that you may or may not know, and hopefully not make you cry. Can you hear me? Okay. So Sky was a collector. Some might say a hoarder. They collected rocks, gems, buttons, beads, cans of Monster Energy drinks. You name it, the list goes on. One of the things that Sky loved most were words, and they collected those too. Their report card from their first day of Spanish immersion preschool at 2 years old read that Sky repeated so many words it would be impossible to write them all down. It makes sense since they formed their first words, aside from Mama Dada, at 9 months. The word was cracker. By 12 months, they had 33 words under their belt. My favorite one on that list is Barbara Ann, as in ba 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 ba. Sky was funny, and they told their first joke at 12 months old. It went like this. Do. Believe me, it was meant to be funny. There's a video of it that will be playing over there if you catch it. They loved books. Their collection dates back to some that probably belonged to the Fairmount Park Elementary Library. They would go on a play date and sit and read their friends' books. Because Sky tended to spend more time reading than playing, the preschool teachers decided to have other children ask Sky to read stories to them for more social interaction. One of their favorite books from a young age, I believe was given to them from their grandma JoJo, was I Judge You When You Use Poor Grammar. Boy, was that true. Sky had a huge lexicon. If I needed to spell a word, I went to Sky. They taught me the name of my favorite smell, petrichor, the smell of rain after it hasn't rained in a while. And they diagnosed and taught me the word misophonia, a disorder in which certain sounds trigger emotional or physiological responses that some might perceive as unreasonable given the circumstances, such as Len noisily crunching food like nuts, which makes me crazy. Sorry, I know it's unreasonable. While I have barely scratched the surface of the immense collection of material they have left behind, I have already stumbled upon several lists. Sky went through 4 iterations of their name before Sky. It went from Mia to Moonstorm to Moon, then Sky with an E, then Sky without an E. Finally, might not be true, however, because I found a list of 93 other possible names they were considering, one of which was petrichor. They also had a list of 45 band names that are pretty freaking awesome. Just to list a few. Secret Amish love stories. Neptune's nipple. Resurrection swoosh. Consensual autocorrect. And spiders by surprise. So if you are starting a band, I think Sky wouldn't mind me sharing. They also love to collect quotes. One of their favorite lists was the OOCQ, out of context quotes. They They have pages of quotes just from their choir director, Megan, such as, "Sopranos, was that a call for help?" And, "This is mostly feet." There's another list just for Vashon. One quote that stands out from that list is, "I have PTSD from beans." There are also lists of general quotes, cruise quotes, school quotes, Jessica and Maya quotes. Those are all the ones I've seen so far. I believe the last quote they took from me was after having sinus surgery when I said, "I wish I could snort cocaine." Shelby Skiena, 3/24/26. I don't remember the setup, but it was because I couldn't breathe in. If you knew Sky, there is probably an OOC quote from you in there. One of my favorite Sky quotes is when I asked, "I wonder what it's like inside your head." And they said, "Oh, it's crazy in here." I'm sure as I continue to wade into the fantastic inner mind of my wonderful Sky, I will find more lists. I've already found a trove of songs, poems, unfinished novels that sadly will not have a chance to read or hear. I am heartbroken that the world will never get to experience their brilliant gifts. Thankfully, Sky left us a smidgen of what could have been. There is one other collection they had that I don't believe they were aware of. The collection of hearts and love of everyone in this room on the live stream at Willamette University and many, many places we don't even know about. And that concludes my eulogy, but I have a PSA. Many of you know that Sky was a gifted musician and songwriter. Len mentioned this a bit. We want to share their music with you, but with a warning. The songs and melodies are powerful, tightly constructed, and the lyrics are profound and poetic with strong vocals. We warn you that the lyrics are also dark and can be disturbing, so proceed with caution. We have reasons to believe Sky's death may have been accidental. We're so proud of what they created as an artist. We have shared their YouTube channel, just enough light on the tissue packets around, and there will be a QR code at the end of these slides. Sky wanted to release an album of new songs when they reached 300 likes or followers on that page. Let's hit the like button for them now, and maybe there's a way we can release their album for them posthumously. Thank you.
And our last eulogy today will be given by Uncle Stuart.
Not sure how I ended up at the end of this program, so please forgive any redundancies, but it's really an honor to be here to talk about my niece. When I got this terrible news, I started writing a letter to them. So I'm just going to read what this letter became. Dear Mia, I'm calling you by your given name because that's who you were when I first knew you, and for the first half of your much too short life. I love the name Mia, and it reminds me of the sweet, adorable little girl I fell in love with 19 years ago. I was so proud to be your uncle, and I always felt like you and I had a special connection. Your creative gifts were evident from the time you could walk, teaching yourself to read by 3, learning piano as a toddler, writing and producing your first musical, The Very Lonely Kitten, in first grade. The The loneliest, whitest kitten, sorry. It was such a joy watching your mighty talents reveal themselves. Mia, do you remember when we all went to Mexico for Jojo's birthday? You were just a wispy little girl, sweet and innocent and precocious as hell. But despite your diminutive size, you had a gigantic personality, and I loved playing with you. I have a beautiful memory of taking you out into the surf, which scared you at first. But you trusted me. And together, we faced down and karate chopped every wave. You shouting and squealing with delight as we did battle and clobbered every adversary. With each wave, you got braver and braver, and you never wanted to stop. I remember this moment so vividly because I felt like I glimpsed something in you that day. I feel like I glimpsed your spirit, your fierceness, your intensity, your passion. I recognized it and I respected it. And then a couple of years later, when your musical gifts started to blossom, I gave you my ukulele. I'd never really learned to play it, and I wanted you to have it. It was so gratifying to watch you fall in love with it, with making music and having an instrument to express yourself, and you had so much to express. I was blown away by the incredible songs you wrote and the ones you seemed to so effortlessly learn. And I saw myself in you, how I had fallen in love with the guitar as a kid, and it became like a fifth limb. I was so impressed with what a natural musician you were and how fearless you seemed to be about expressing yourself. I love watching you busking at the junction, singing your songs to strangers and watching them respond and making some bank. We even collaborated once when I helped you record your haunting and brilliant song, Novocaine. I wish we could have done more of that. And then somewhere along the line, the sweet, innocent little girl we knew as Mia evolved into the wonderfully complex young person we got to know as Sky. A rebirth heralding such magnitude, such magnificence, that it definitely demanded a rebranding. You tried on different names for a while, as Shelby just said, before landing on Sky, an image big enough to hold the multitudes contained inside of you and a name that came to feel inevitable. I confess, a part of me missed Mia when Sky appeared. The pronouns changed, the walls went up. I could see that in some ways you were just too sensitive for this world, that it was difficult to march to the beat of normal. You had your own beautiful rhythm. My heart ached along with your parents for the pain and struggle we saw you having to face, wishing we could shield and protect you and help you shine. You were meant to shine. We could all see your bright light so vividly when you performed. And even though on the inside you may have felt shy and sensitive, there was also a part of you that was so loud and proud and confident. I loved your funky style, your edge, your singular voice. I was so impressed when I saw your show-stopping performance in the outstanding production of Ride the Cyclone that we're going to hear later. Your presence was so powerful. Sky, I'm remembering one of the last times we got to be together, just the two of us. Last fall, when I gave you a ride home from Vashon, and we got to be alone on the ferry. I asked you what music you were into, and you were eager to share your latest obsession. You were always obsessed with whatever you were into, full of intense devotion and hungry for the music and art that gave voice to what you felt so deeply. I loved hearing what spoke to you, sharing the headphones and your passion. Out there on the water, it felt like you let me in, and I loved it. And I'm thinking about the last time I saw you recently over spring break, how you seemed to be thriving at school, where you were excited about your classes, and how stoked you were about your singing group. It made me happy to see you finding your way in the world. It feels so wrong that your life has been cut so short. with the incredible gifts that you were given. It's not just a loss for those who knew and loved you, but a loss for the world. I was so curious and excited to see how your life was going to unfold, what you were going to do, what you were going to create, who you were going to be, who you were going to love. I expected great things. I wish we could hear all the songs you were going to sing, witness all the art you were going to make. And now I will remember that little girl who bravely battled the waves, and I'll see her whenever I look up to the sky.
We want to offer another reading.
So, this is a quote from one of Sky's favorite movies, The Dead Poet Society. We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race. And the human race is filled with passion and medicine, law, business, engineering. These are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. Quote from Whitman, "O me, O life, of the questions of these recurring, of the endless trains, of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish. What good amid these, O me, O life? Answer that you are here, that life exists, and identity, that the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. The powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be?" And each find one. Thank you.
We now have an opportunity to gather in Sky's spirit. As I have an opportunity to chant in honor of their life. El Ma'ale Rachamim, that their unique spirit be wrapped up for eternity in the bonds of life. El Ma'ale Rachamim, Shochem Baromim, Hamitzei Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfei HaShekhinah, B'Ma'alot Kedoshim, V'Toharim, K'Zohar Hazmirim, Et Nishmat Sky, Shachal Alama, Baal HaRachamim, Yastireh Beseter Kenafav Leolamim, B'Yitzro Yitzratanim, B'Nafshatechem, Adonai, Unachalatem V'Tanua, V'Shalom, Al Mishkavo V'Nomar, Amen. Beautiful light and spirit, Sky, may you be protected forever under the wings of God's presence with your ancestors, all of us loving you for eternity. Amen. And I invite you now to rise as able. Our next prayer is the mourner's prayer, the mourner's Kaddish. It's an opportunity to rise, to stand tall, to allow your spine to be strong. You stand firmly in your place and who you are as we honor Sky, standing in eternity, who they are. Yikadal, V'yikadash, Shemei Rabba, Ve'alma Dibra Pirute, Ve'amulich Malchute, V'chaye Chon, U'v'yomei Chon, U'v'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, V'agala U'v'zman Kariv V'yimru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach Leolam Omei Omaya. Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitfa'ar, V'yitnormam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shmei Kudashah, B'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata, V'shirata, Tushbechata, V'nechemata, V'damiran, V'yama, V'yimru, Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'romav, u'yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'al kol ha'olam v'yimeru, amen. You may be seated. No words can fully capture Sky's life. Infinite words we will try for the rest of our lives to bring into the world to capture their spirit. One thing we can understand now is that Sky is everywhere and everything and all the time, part of the universe. And if we can access the universe, we can access Sky and let them be a beautiful spirit, words of encouragement. And when you want to be with Sky, remember the love that they brought to this world, and especially the creativity they brought to this world. Be unafraid to bring your spirit into this world in the form of art in their honor. We want to now share Anisha Berach, a healing prayer for all those in this room, but all those in the world who have broken hearts, broken minds, broken bodies. We pray for their shlemut, for their wholeness. Misha Berach.
Thank you, Rabbi. I'm Theo, Sky's cousin, and like everybody, I want to thank you all for being here. This, as the Rabbi said, is a prayer that is traditionally sung for those of us who are in need of strength, either of body or of spirit. I'm going to sing it once through. If you know it, please feel free to join in. But then on the second time, it would be really nice if everybody can join in. And I know we have some good singers here, so there's no excuse of it. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah Shema, the renewal of bodies, the renewal of spirits, and let
the source of strength. Bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. And let us say, Amen. We share bless those in need of healing with the fruit of Skiena, the renewal of bodies, the renewal of spirits, and let us sing.
When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need me, cry for your sibling walking the street beside you. When you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you needed to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not your mind. You can love me most by letting hands touch hands, by letting bodies touch bodies, by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. We honor now to close our ceremony today with two very special performances.
While the group assembles, I'm Andy James, I run the theater program at the high school. I want to explain that Ride the Cyclone takes place in the afterlife, and the character that Sky played, Noel Gruber, is horrified to discover that at their memorial service, the picture of them working at Taco Bell was the picture that they used. To my great delight, I discovered that the Skiena family still had the prop from that play. And we were positive that Sky would have been thrilled that that's a picture we were able to use at the memorial service. Sky kept all the props, I'm not shocked about that. So the main cast will be here, and then they're gonna have the backing from a chorus behind them. So would you come on out, the main five, it should be six. Would you like to pass the mic? And then maybe also just put it. This is the finale of the show.
It's not a game. Maybe that's news. There's no one will win here, and no one can lose. There's no way to measure our foolish pride. keep score of how hard we try. This writing has heartbreak, this writing has grief, all kinds of blue skies, no shortage of rain.
Yes, there is laughter and the telling of lies. And maybe in darkness we open our eyes. And you live and choose while you love and lose. And you feel the world is spinning with no ending or beginning. You just take a look around. Take a look around. Take a look around. And round and round and round.
Just
Sailing through space. There's no up or down.
so
Beautiful and strange. But it's more than spinning round. Yes, it's everything you loved and everything you dreamed and everything you shared and everything that seems so terrifying.
but it's not a game, it's not a game.
Oh no, it's not a game, it's not a game. It's just a sailing through space, there's no up, there's no down. It's all so beautiful and strange, but so much more than spinning round. Yes, it's everything you love, and it's everything you dream, and it's everything you share, and it's everything that seems so terrifying. Turning round, it's just a take a look around. Take a look around. And round and round.
I know this stream of life is never ending. Goes around and round and round again.
I'm gonna ask Isaac, who's actually kind of one of the theater originals here, but also did a lot of shows. Sky did 7 shows at our school. Riding cycle home was one of them. I also took Sky along on a trip to New York, and Len, you mentioned the t-shirts. That's where Sky in the West Village got the Daddy's Little Meatball t-shirt. And every time Sky wore it to school, I was so thrilled. I'm gonna need just a moment to set up. But actually, can I borrow your music stand, Jonah? And everyone should get, once I get one of these, pass these around. So everyone, every 3 books has access to it. When we were in New York, we saw a show called Kimberly Kimball. Shelby was there, and I have a distinct memory of Sky. Sky's phrase for this was ugly crying. Actually, Sky ugly cried when there's a happy song leading into the intermission because Sky said, that never works out well. And then, but this last song too, because this was happy sad, and I think Sky really understood happy sad. Do you mind holding that?
Want me to hold these?
Yeah, you might not.
Okay. I'm still a little shaky with the hands, so I can maybe
I get it.
stick them here.
So the key is that at some point here, we are going to sing the sights we'd see, the friends we'd make with you, my partner in crime. You see a whole bunch of kids here. There's many more that have been in productions, and there are many more that will be. But Sky will always be our partner in crime. We're all on the same great adventure together, no matter what happened or how it happened or anything. Sky is still our partner in crime and part of our great adventure together. So. We're on a great adventure. Don't know what we're gonna find. We're leaving what's behind, but you are by my side.
At last, a great adventure. Don't know where the road will bend or when we're gonna reach the end, so just enjoy the ride. Because no one gets a second time around. Sadly, no one gets a second time around. Sailing on a distant shore. Don't know if we'll catch a breeze or encounter stormy seas, but you will be my crew. We're sailing to a new world. Don't know how the waves will blow or which way the wind will go, so just enjoy the view. Because no one gets a second time around. Day is dying, we're headed for the setting sun. We're crying because we're almost done. Time is flying. It's been a lovely run and so fun and so fun. What a great adventure! Did you know the paths we take, the sights we see, the friends we make with you, my partner in crime? We'll miss this great adventure. You never know, and nor do I, when we will have to say goodbye, so just enjoy the time. Because no one gets a second time. No one gets a second time. No one gets a second time around. Do
Sky, bright star, artist, soul who brought something entirely your own to this world. Your life mattered, your presence mattered, and the love that surrounds you here today does not end. May your memory be a blessing. May the love continue to ripple outward in all of us. And we say together, Amen.